From WNIJ Studios on the campus of Northern Illinois University, this is Sessions from Studio A. Just 4 years after playing music together for the first time, Friend of a Friend has been written about in Rolling Stone, toured the US and Europe, and is finishing up work on their third record. We'll hear from this genre-blending band recorded live in Studio A this hour, and talk with them about their music and about how it took a friend of a friend to get the band going.
It's just so wild that you could be interacting with somebody for so long and not realize that, in fact, you were destined to do this wild project together.
Don't miss live recordings and our interview with Friend of a Friend coming up this hour on Sessions from Studio A.
I can see it in your eye.
You are listening to Sessions from Studio A. I'm Spencer Tritt, excited to welcome Friend of a Friend to the show this week. The band out of Chicago blends all kinds of styles from rock to folk to electronic and trip-hop. Their first record, In Arms, was released pretty recently, back in 2022, and they followed that up with Facilities, released earlier this year. We'll hear songs from those first two albums, recorded live in WNIJ's Studio A, and we'll get a listen to some new, unreleased music. It's Friend of a Friend all this hour, recorded live on Sessions from Studio A. This is Sessions from Studio A, and you just heard Friend of a Friend performing live here in the studio, and I'm here with the band. Thanks for coming out to DeKalb, everybody, and playing in Studio A. Let's get some of the history of the band then. This is kind of a newer project for you guys. Correct me if I'm wrong. Your first record is 2022, I believe. So how did this get off the ground?
I guess it's like the band name comes from Friend of a Friend. I'd known Claire for like maybe 10 years prior, but had no idea that she sings, and that friend never told us. But and I played guitar, and so we would see each other around town. She was in the art world, I was in like the startup world, and you know, her parties were like so cool for school. And I was like, I'd come with my nerd friends, and we were like in the background, and Claire was just being like fabulous and stuff. So it's so weird to be playing a band with her. Actually,
What's your half of the story, Claire? What's your side of the story?
I mean, Jason can pretend like he was like nerdy, but the truth is like he was like a huge tech star, and he was a little nerdy and still is nerdy wearing his Hokas or whatever. But
it's good for lower back pain, I've heard.
But no, I mean the truth is it's like we just didn't really connect ever, you know, like it's just so wild that you could be interacting with somebody for so long and just in an acquaintance level, I guess, and not realize that in fact you were destined to do this wild project together. And you know, it's been kind of life-changing. I mean, for I think both of us for sure.
Yeah.
So when did you guys know there was a musical, connection here? When did you get the band started? Was it at one of these parties, or was it because of this friend of a friend?
Yeah,
How did
it was
you get
the friend
started?
of a friend who finally made the announcement that Claire sings, and then we met up and jammed in my stairwell, and we just like got in there and started playing, and then at some point we're like screaming at the top of our lungs, like we're just like felt so comfortable, and we're like jamming, and we're like
Making
like,
songs
wow.
right away.
Yeah, we just like made songs like right out of the gate. It was crazy. And I think since that day forward, we just like hit it pretty much every day since then. This was during COVID times.
Mm-hmm.
So we'd meet up, and that's probably why I play a classical guitar, is because it's like couldn't necessarily play indoors. So it's like we would just go to the beach and jam and stuff. So a lot of these songs came from just COVID era, like acoustic and her singing, and then we crafted a world around it and stuff. So
That's fascinating. I wanted to ask about the acoustic guitar because it's an interesting choice, using the nylon strings, but then you also like run it through all these pedals and stuff too. What is it about the classical guitar maybe, or those nylon strings that appeals to you?
yeah, I think we collectively have a love for like flamenco music. Claire from an early age as well, and myself, I was obsessed with flamenco and the culture of southern Spain. And
it's wild. We both had this sort of predilection for it from like really young. And I mean, Jason can play basically anything. So sometimes we'll switch over to the electric, but it's pretty cool. He had the flamenco outfitted so that it doesn't have like it prevents distortion. There's like a little thing that goes in the cover in the hole. And, obviously it's pedaled, so he's kind of able to just make so many different sounds with it. And I think it's fun,
I spent a lot of years being really emo in the basement with my pedals and my loop pedal, and that was my best friend. So it's like having the classical and having those things still in the mixes,
It's kind of like you get both. You get
fun.
the best of both worlds.
Yeah, for sure.
We just do our best to kind of serve the song. And I think that, over time, that's been really fun because we started, the first album we did is on tape primarily. So really growing that into also an electronic space has been fun. Yeah.
It's a natural evolution kind of from classic guitar, the COVID times, and then, recording our last album with one of the dudes from M83. It was a nice kind of like, now we get to use electronics and stuff, be in studio and record in Joshua Tree and stuff like that. So it was really fun to bring those things that were innate to us, because I think our sound is a summation of like a lot of our influences.
Friend of a Friend, performing their original song Every Plane, live in WNIJ's Studio A. You can find that song on their last album, Facilities, which is out on all the usual streaming platforms, and you can check out more from the band on their website, friendofafriendmusic.com. Stick around, we'll be right back with more of Friend of a Friend's live performance in Studio A and our talk with the band here on Sessions from Studio A. Welcome back to Sessions from Studio A with Friend of a Friend. We're hearing the band recorded live in WNIJ's Studio A, and we have plenty more great music coming up, so let's get right back into it. This is another one from their last album, Facilities. It's titled Heart of Stone. You can find it out streaming everywhere, and check out behind-the-scenes video of the band performing this song over on WNIJ.org. It's Friend of a Friend with Heart of Stone on Sessions from Studio A.
No nights so dark.
on the record, there's a lot of electronic drums, drum machines, but in the studio here, we've got a human drummer with us too, and it's also your birthday today.
It's your birthday! Happy birthday, Jessica!
Happy birthday to Jessica. Talk about getting Jessica in the band.
It's funny, serendipitous that my brother-in-law grew up in the same neighborhood as Jason, and I just happened to play the drums, so kind of rolling with the friend of a friend theme.
Yeah, right.
That just so happens. We thought we saw you online or something, or I
Really
thought you were
early
like,
on.
I was like, I know her because I know her brother-in-law.
Yeah.
And I was like, would they just keep her in the basement playing drums? I think I'd know if Rob had a sister or whatever, because then somehow, the social media knew that it's like, she kept showing me stuff where you were tagged in or something. And I was like, this is weird.
Yeah.
And then we're like, oh, I guess we only have friend of a friend. It's like, that's the only way we play with people and make music. It has to be.
Yeah, so
No sketchy people.
No new friends.
No new friends.
It's just pretty cool that we got connected. Luckily my videos, I post a lot online, so luckily my videos popped up, and we were able to make that connection. And so since I've been playing with them now for just a few months actually, and we've already played a bunch, and I feel like since I joined, I'm I don't know, I feel like somehow I'm like, this song just feels like it should go in a more like rock direction. But it's been really cool to be able to kind of join up with them and see what form songs are taking now, that we're all kind of like bouncing off each other and sharing ideas, and both acoustic and electric drums, and how we're layering those. So it's exciting to replicate the things that I'm hearing on their previous tracks, and then also be able to get creative with them and see what happens next for the drum world on their records.
You're working on your third album, but first I want to ask about this latest one, because you guys put out an album at the beginning of the year, Facilities. Tell us a little bit about this latest album, Facilities.
It's hard to, I think, maybe summarize like what the album sort of has meant to us, I think, and what it kind of means. I think in a lot of ways, because of how we work in such a kind of, as Jess said, like a sort of organic way. A lot of the times, like, the songs will be sort of revealing themselves to us over time as well, and sort of changing how we think about them. But we really wanted to make a record that explored a bunch of different facets of ourselves, and we wanted to make it varied but also cohesive at the same time, And I think we really felt when we want to be playing like stadiums and stuff. So I think when we made it, we were like, all right, this is the stadium album. Like let's really
epic.
like
we really
let's not hold
enjoy,
back.
I think that we really enjoy just like the epic cinematicness. I think we all love the movies out here, and it's like I'll watch the ending of movies to have my eyes water from time to time. And I think that in that sense, it's like we really like that full immersion wall of sound stuff, but also with the acoustics and stuff like that. So it's been great. We've got to tour it. We've all gotten to tour the album. We've gotten such an awesome response. We had some we're like in Rolling Stone and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just really, really kind of larger than we thought it would be in that sense. When you make a record, you never know how it's going to land, but it's gotten us, so many other new opportunities. So it's been cool.
Friend of a Friend, recorded live on Sessions from Studio A. You can find more from the band on their website, friendofafriendmusic.com. They're also on Instagram at Friend of a Friend Band, and you can find their music on all major streaming platforms. Stay tuned, we'll take a short break and then be right back with more music. It's Friend of a Friend this hour on Sessions from Studio A. Welcome back to Sessions from Studio A. If you're just joining us, our guest is Friend of a Friend from Chicago. We're hearing a genre-blending set from them recorded live in WNIJ's Studio A. So far, we've heard songs from their first record, In Arms, their last album, Facilities, which was put out earlier this year, and here's a new, unreleased song from the band. This one's called Desire. It's Friend of a Friend, recorded live on Sessions from Studio A.
Thanks for having us on, guys. It's been really fun.
Talk a little bit about that recording process and the writing process. Yeah. What's that look like when you're starting a new song? What's that look like for you guys?
We usually just jam, and Jessica was kind of saying, it's like we'll be on a patio at our Airbnb and we'll just be like, okay, cool, let's just like jam it out. And a lot of times, luckily, it's like they just come out as songs and really not so much refinement, really.
Yeah, a lot of time we'll try and change it, but it's like we've listened to it so many times, and I'm the worst about this. I'll listen
Claire's
to
got
it.
demo-itis.
Yeah, I'll listen to it like a million times. So she'll be like, "What if we added this like other section at the end?" And I'll be like, "Absolutely not. It's perfect. Like leave it just as it was. We did it perfect the third time. Just leave it." Like, but
which is good. It's a good thing to have.
we
just
have
like,
a balance.
Let it be. Yeah.
What's coming up for the band? I know you mentioned Joshua Tree and working on this third album. What's coming up for you guys this summer and as we get into fall? What's next for the band?
Yeah, so we're gonna, all of us are gonna keep working on the new album. Go down to Joshua Tree and record some more tunes, and then we have a European tour happening in February.
Oh, very cool.
So we're just gonna go, from Berlin to Barcelona to wherever, and just really live it up.
I didn't know.
Have you
I
guys
didn't
ever-
realize that was the routing. That's
We're gonna play. We're still figuring out the details. The place where, and I know Claire's gonna love this, where Rosalia used to play.
Oh, cool.
Helio
Obsessed
Glava.
with Rosalia.
Is that
Yeah,
like in Spain somewhere?
In Barcelona, yeah.
Well, we played there, but we didn't even realize. Like, I'm like a mad.
We're like
fan.
Rosalia.
Yeah,
played
she's
this?
awesome.
She's amazing. One of the best artists of our time. I mean, we're really just blessed that she exists and she makes these albums. And I had no idea we were like writing these guys afterwards. Like, we forgot to fan out.
So we're like, we're gonna go play out there, and and record this album. So just a lot of touring, a lot of playing live, and a lot of recording. So it's just all the things, creative music stuff, the lifestyle.
Have you ever toured out of the country before? That's pretty exciting.
We have. How many times have we?
I think we've done three or
Three tours
Wow,
in
cool.
Europe. So it's been fun. We got fans out there. It's been really fun to, and maybe in a similar way, based on the albums having some contrast to them. It's fun to then go out there and play. By that time, probably playing the third album.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun. They've really enjoyed our evolution as well. So it's been cool.
I'm sure that's a great way to kind of get those songs out and see the reactions too from people. Tell us where people can find more, where they can check out tour dates and find more of your music.
Yeah, friendofafriendmusic.com. I'll have all that stuff, and follow us on Instagram and the Spotify's and such.
Stay in tune. Yeah.
Friend
And we want to
of a
come back
friend.
out here too.
Please,
Yeah.
please. Anytime. Friend of a friend, thank you so much again for coming out to Studio A. This was a fantastic set. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Never lies, never falls.
Friend of a Friend on Sessions from Studio A. That one closes out the band's live performance in Studio A and our show for this week. A big thanks once again to Friend of a Friend for coming out to DeKalb and performing for us in Studio A, and to you for joining us this hour. Find more from the band on their website, friendofafriendmusic.com. They're on Instagram at Friend of a Friend Band, and you can find their music streaming on all major streaming platforms. They also have some videos out on the Friend of a Friend YouTube channel. You can check those out, along with behind-the-scenes video from this concert. That's posted over on the WNIJ YouTube channel and also on our website, WNIJ.org, where you can also find this full episode of Sessions from Studio A. If you are a local artist or you're in a band and you are interested in being featured on our show, send us in a submission with some music over at sessions@niu.edu. Sessions from Studio A is produced at WNIJ Studios on the campus of Northern Illinois University. Producers are yours truly and Mike Lundgren. I'm Spencer Tritt. Thanks so much for joining me this week. I'll see you next time on another edition of Sessions from Studio A.